You wake up tomorrow with one tiny new ability, and it quietly makes you the most uncatchable person alive. You can vanish. Whenever you want, you simply stop being seen. Not by eyes, not by cameras, not by any tracking system ever built. Sounds like a fun party trick, right? But here's the catch. Overnight, everyone else lost something they never knew they had. 8 billion people are now permanently visible, always on a map, always on a feed, findable down to the meter. And you, only you, can slip out of the picture completely. The one human who can disappear at will isn't just lucky, you're a glitch. And we're about to walk into what your life becomes. Let's start small, because the first morning is deceptively ordinary. You walk to the coffee shop, and the whole street hums with quiet tracking. Cameras nod as people pass. The barista knows your neighbor's order before he's through the door, because the system told her. Everyone is a glowing dot on a map the whole world can read. Then the line gets long, so you just step out of it. Not out of the shop, out of the seeing. You pour your own coffee and stroll out, and nothing registers that a person was ever there. For one strange second, you're the only unseen thing on a planet where everyone else glows on a screen. Now your brain catches up, and it starts doing math. If everyone else is always visible, then every door was built for them, not for you. Locks, badges, guards, passwords, they all work by watching who comes and who goes, and you just arrive. You walk into any building on Earth, the boardroom mid-meeting, where powerful people say things they'd never say in public. They can't see you, so they talk freely, and you soak up every secret the world thought was safe. And it only runs one way. You watch all of them, and none can ever watch you back. You're the one closed door left, the freest person alive, or the loneliest. So naturally, you get rich. Obviously, you get rich. In a world of total tracking, everything runs on records. Who was where, who bought what, who owes whom, and you leave none. You move money nobody saw leave, stand in 2 cities with no proof you were in either, and sign nothing, because nothing can prove your hand held the pen. Every system that keeps the powerful powerful assumes people can be found, and you're the single exception on Earth. You could own everything by Friday, but it gets strange fast. If no system can ever record you, an old question starts to whisper. Were you really there at all? Let's talk about that because it sneaks up on you. Everyone else lives inside proof now. Their whole life is witnessed, logged, remembered whether they like it or not. When they were somewhere, it happened because 8 billion sensors agree it did. You leave no trace anywhere. So when you drift through your best friend's day unseen, did you visit them or did nothing happen? Your whole life can slide by without a single mark that you were in it, so complete that even the people who love you would have nothing to point at and say, yes, they were here. Okay, breathe, because here's where it gets genuinely useful and a little heroic. Total visibility, all the time, is a nightmare nobody asked for. Everyone is followed and scored on where they go, and nobody gets one unwatched minute to be a mess, to hide, to just be nobody for an hour. And then there's you, the world's only source of disappearance. You can walk the frightened and the hunted into the one blind spot left on the planet, the quiet space around you where the seeing stops. People start coming to you, not for money, but for a break from being watched, the one thing they can't give each other anymore. But power like this attracts attention, and not all of it warm. You're the only person who can't be found. So every time something happens with nobody on the cameras, every unexplained gap, every empty room, one name fits: yours. You're the crowd's one blind spot, and blind spots make people afraid. Governments want you, the one operative no wall can stop, no camera can catch. Whole countries would compete to own you or make sure nobody else could. The scariest thing in a world that sees everything is the single thing it can't. Let's zoom out, because a civilization built on total visibility would reshape itself fast. Trust gets easy and a little cold. Nobody lies about where they were because everyone already knows. Being seen stops feeling like a choice and starts feeling like the weather. And gliding through the middle of it is you, the single moving part nobody can follow. You could protect this watched world, quietly rob it blind, or step out of it whenever it got too much. So let me leave you with this. If you were the only person who could vanish, would you use it to take everything, to shelter the watched? Or would you disappear so completely that one day you couldn't quite prove, even to yourself, that you were ever really here? Tell me down in the comments. And next time, we'll break reality in a whole new, ridiculous way. Until then, keep wondering, and maybe let yourself be seen today. You never know who's the only one who can't.